Hello Year 4, we're doing some revision here, Mr. Moore, just taking you through the grid method, partly because talking with one or two mums and dads on the telephone, they've said I've been wanting to help my child in Year 4 with his multiplication, and they tell me about the grid method, and I don't know about the grid method. When I was at school, we didn't do the grid method. So here we are. We've broken this down today into 6 steps, so see how many of the 6 steps you can remember how to do. We're going to ask you to pause the video each time we come to one of the 6 steps so you can work out what it's going to be and then see if you're right. Okay, so here we go. So the multiplication that we're going to do today is 57 multiplied by 6. 57 multiplied by 6. Bit hard for most of us to do in our heads. That's why we're going to use a written method, and in Year 4 that is grid multiplication. So what is step 1? What is the first thing you do with grid multiplication? You've got it. You draw a grid. It's called grid multiplication because we use a grid to help us, and we draw it something like that, and then we're ready for step 2. Now just before you stop the video and say what you think step 2 is, we are looking here for a particular maths vocabulary word. It's quite a longish word. Let's see if you can remember it. We've got 57 multiplied by 6. What would we do next? The word we're looking for is partition. 57 is a 2-digit number. It's got a 5 and a 7 in it. 5's in the tens column. So we're going to break that down into, in this case, 2 parts. We're going to break it down into parts. That's partitioning. We're going to put the 50 there, and we're going to put the 7 there. So we've broken that 57 into 2 parts. Step 3, you might find too easy. What do you do next for step 3? That's it. You put the other number in there. Step 4. Now for step 4, sometimes, just to help me think, I would draw round here. We've broken the bigger number into 2 parts. Step 4 is to do the first part of the multiplying. I would either do 6 multiplied by 50 or 6 multiplied by 7. I'm going to do 6 multiplied by 7 because they're the smaller numbers. I know my 7 times table, I know my 6 times table, I know 6 sevens are 42, and I put that in there. That's the first part of my multiplying. Step 5. That's right. Step 5 is to do the other part of the multiplying. That goes in here. Now there's lots of ways of doing 6 lots of 50 or 50 lots of 6. I think the way I would probably do it is to do 6 5s. I know that 6 5s are 30, but it's not 5 lots of 6, it's 50 lots of 6. That's 10 times bigger. So the product isn't 30, it's 10 times bigger than 30, which is 300. There's lots of ways of doing that. I'm sure you've got your own ways. That's step 5. 1 step to go. What's the final step? You've got it. We've put this multiplication into 2 parts. Now we have to put the parts back together again. So we have to add the 2 products that we've got back together. 300 add 42 makes 342. we add those together. That gives us our product, and that's the answer to this question. So well done if you got all those 6 parts. If you didn't, you might want to rewind the tape and just keep going through it till you've got it. And then really good way of making sure you've learned something is to be able to teach it to somebody else. So why not show mum or dad or a sibling, somebody in your household, how to do grid multiplication. Thank you.